Are we recording right now? What am I doing? I think we are. Okay. Hello, my name's K2. Why did I do that? Hello, my name's K217, K2 for short, and today I'm about to be talking about the Red Lotus. Now, as we all know, well, first, before I get to that, thank all of you who watched my last Avatar video. I appreciate the people who viewed it. That was my first ever time reacting to something like that. And I think it's at 160 views right now. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for all of that. I really appreciate it. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about the Red Lotus. Now, as we all know, if you don't, you need to rewatch season 3 because I don't really. If you don't know, watch season 3 of Korra. I think it's on Paramount Plus or something. Anyway, as we all know, the Red Lotus was the main villains of season 3 of Korra, and pretty strong, I would say. They killed the Earth Queen. So, but I've decided I'm going to find at least 2 different ways to murk each of them. Starting with this one. So, with her and her boyfriend, in my opinion, are the 2 weakest parts of the Red Lotus. Why? Because combustion bending, in my opinion, is the worst sub-bending. And that's for a good reason. Because no other form of sub-bending we have seen has more than one counter. Now think about it. Bloodbending has no counters, because it's just OP as crap. Lava bending has close to no counters. Lightning can only be countered by getting redirected, which I'm pretty sure a few people know, because I don't think people used it in Korra. I have to rewatch it. Metal bending, again, doesn't really have a known counter. And so on and so forth. Most sub-bending doesn't have counters, when combustion bending has 2. In season 3, Aang was able to not completely, but counter combustion bending by using his air bending to kind of propel himself from the explosion. Now, I know this isn't a full counter, but it's pretty good, I would say. And also, you have to realize the fact that, and also, I won't say realize, because this is, again, my opinion. In my opinion, I think Combustion Man is stronger than Pali, I think her name is. Yeah, Pali. I think he is stronger than Pali, which would also make airbending one of her counters then. And also the airbenders in her time were in pacifists, so they would be a lot more violent. So I feel like they wouldn't be freaking murderers or anything. I just feel like they would be more violent than the pacifist nomads. Anyway, going on a side tangent, she also got, killed by a metal bender. I think Toph's daughter. Toph's daughter killed her by metal bending. So, I feel like you could either just get a airbender, someone on Tenzin's level, and they could probably deal with her a good amount. And also just get a metal bender of some sort, particularly with some armor around them, so they could cover that big head of hers and explode it from the inside. Next. Alright, so like in Korra, this girl is pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie. whatchamacallit, lightning was pretty good against her. Cause like she uses water that's like connected to her body, so lightning was useful. So that's one, and two. Okay, I'm gonna have to think for number two. I'm gonna be honest. Hear me out. You get her friendo here, and actually, never mind. What is another way to kill this person right here? If only I knew her name. What is a way we could kill her? I feel like ice would. No, not. Oh yeah, I feel like ice would be kind of useful against her. It's like, so like a waterbender who's like able to freeze their ice, which is practically any waterbender. I feel like similar to what's that guy's name from? Like the firebender in the main cast of Korra. I forgot his name, but like he was like, I'm pretty sure, right? There was like a pile of water she was like hovering over. Because she was, like, using that water, and then he, like, just electrocutes that water, which electrocutes her. I feel like you could do the same thing with ice, and I don't know if she could, like, ice bend as well, but yeah, I feel like a master waterbender could, even though it would be a close fight, because she's also a really good waterbender. Again, she made having no arms a buff, not a nerf. So I would say with a master waterbender, she could probably go down using like ice to freeze her body. So yeah, next. Ho 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 ho. Now this guy here, I call the strongest guy strongest person in the Red Lotus. Wanna know why? Cause lava bending is just water. Okay, cause lava bending is literally just water bending, but when you touch it, you die, or you get like freaking melted or catched on fire or whatever. You get smoked, literally. So, and contrary to popular belief, lava bending isn't that slow. It's actually decently fast. So for the people say it's too slow to be really a threat. They're not true. Lava bending is actually pretty decently fast. So, again, I don't really have a counter for this guy because it's not like I could just pull something from the show either, because he didn't really die by himself. He kind of just led himself to die. And, like, you can't just get an earthbender like a metal bender or something, because they would just like feed into the lava, because then the lava would just melt it. And I feel like fire would do a similar thing. Now air I don't think would be that strong against this guy either. But hear me out. If you have someone on Katara's level, or an Avatar level waterbender, I feel like they would be able to freeze his lava. Or frankly, I feel like just a really like strong mastered waterbender would be able to freeze the lava. So I'm like 50-50 on that cuz like at the same time, I don't know. I'm going to go with that, but don't quote me on that. I don't okay. Don't quote me when I say I think a mastered waterbender freeze the lava on his could probably freeze the lava. You're probably wondering, because I struggled on the first one, how am I going to get a second way to get rid of him? Simple. Get a time machine. Maybe Sokka has a leftover one. Get a time machine, probably from Sokka, and go back in time to where lava bending was strictly a fire bending thing. Because when you go back to then, he's just a pretty good earthbender. And let's be honest, anyone could probably deal with, well, not anyone, but a good amount of people we see in the show could probably deal with a decently mastered earthbender. So, we got done with 4, now it's time for the last one. Sahir, I hope I pronounced that right. Now, this guy is a fraud. A cold-hearted fraud. First of all, the best thing he could do is fly. And honestly, the only reason he can fly is because his girl was so bad she got her head exploded by her own combustion bending. So that's the only reason why he's able to fly. Second off, in my opinion, he's not that good of a airbender. Yes, he was able to have like that air spear thing around Korra, like trying to kill her and all that good jazz, but like at the same time, any decently mastered airbender I feel like could do that. And also, to add on to that, Tenzin was giving him the belt when they were fighting. And that really shows me how, like, kind of unpracticed he is. Like, he's not as good as an airbender as many people would think, because he's not, like, again, he's not that great. He got done in by Tenzin, which, no hate on Tenzin, but he isn't, when you think about it, compared to any other airbender we've seen in the 2 shows, he's not the best. I wouldn't even go as far to say he's in the top 5. And he was fighting the entire Red Lotus. Yes, and I just feel like Zahir is a pretty weak airbender, all things considered, because, again, all he can do is fly, which, depending where this fight would be happening, she wouldn't be dead. She wouldn't be dead, so you couldn't even give him the flight. But let's just say while you're fighting him, she is dead, and he can't fly. That's not that good either, because most airbenders can fly, just in different ways. Like, they can't fly like him, no. They can't just, like, freaking hover higher in the ground. Like, no, they can't do that, but they can still fly. Airbenders can still fly by many different means. By the staff they use to be like kind of like a kite or whatever. They could use that. They could like propel themselves and like kind of glide, like we saw with like the season 4 suits. Like, they kind of had like a flying squirrel motif. which could allow them to glide. So, yeah. Flying isn't all that impressive. Like, the way he's doing is different, but flying in general for airbenders is not that impressive. And I feel like again, you could just get Tenzin to take care of him. So yeah. And for another way, I don't know, get a firebender and shoot friggin' lightning at him. If he's in the air, he's a better target. Am I right? Am I right? Alright. That's it. I defeated the Red Lotus. Red Lotus. Bye.